Morning. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're all doing well, and we have the February announcements. They came through last night and I was busy. So, we're going to crack on and basically go through them as in order. You've probably seen a few other YouTubers do this, but I thought I'd just do it for formality purposes. Hey ho. Announced on the eve of Brexit. I voted Remain, by the way. Okay, so yeah, this announcement came out last night, and February events make your heart flutter. We've got seven different things to go through on this this itinerary, it almost feels like, and we'll go through sort of, they start off with the most boring and then work their way up to probably the more exciting stuff. So we've got new shiny announcements, we know what the next legendary is going to be. Here we go. Save Shadow Raikou from Giovanni. Now, this is not a surprise to me personally. I discussed this with a few other friends and thought they would do the beast next. And I would fully expect they'll do the three beasts and then they'll do Shadow Lugia, or Shadow Ho-Oh, Shadow Lugia, and then they'll do the Regis. I'm pretty confident that's what they're going to do. Like 1 month per legendary. Boom, that way. The research is live now. I've already started it. It's a little bit different actually, because it's not just XP and items anymore. So the first quest, and it gives you a Sand Slash as a reward. So I think they've actually mixed the quests up, which is very nice to see. I want to get onto stage 2 today, which you'll see in tomorrow's video. See what they've done in terms of spin stops in a row per day, whatever. There. If you haven't completed the previous ones, you have to complete those first, but you will get Shadow Raikou as the reward for those, because Giovanni battles are a monthly thing. It's not locked to the research. We've suffered through Lapras, the shiny Lapras, and now we're getting something that's kind of a double-edged sword. The February research breakthrough is going to be Woobat, which is a Pokemon I know sod all about. Frankly, it's a Gen 5, new Gen 5 Pokemon, which is cool. They did this once before in 2018, I want to say, with Shedinja. It's a psychic flying type Pokemon. No idea if it's going to be good. I don't know if it evolves or anything like that. It does look quite cute. You know, it's got a little heart-shaped nose that it apparently uses to suck to cave walls and give you hickeys. I don't know how I personally feel about a blind, fluffy, heart-shaped nose bat sucking on my skin, but Pokemon. So yeah, that's the February research breakthrough. That will be available from 9 PM tonight for us until March the 1st at 9 PM for us. So ticking that way. I would have bloody saved it, but the problem is that we've got the February voting day today, and in order to claim the tasks and complete the voting tasks, I have to claim my research breakthrough. So I've had to get my Lapras now, so I won't get Woobat for another week. Third point is Tornadus, new Gen 5 legendary, and it is in raids for the next 3 weeks. So obviously Heatran goes away on the 4th. It comes in for us. It'll probably be on the 5th at 6 AM, because why they bring in the bloody raid bosses and events always at 9 PM for us in the UK anyway, and that's here until February the 25th, which is a decent chunk of time. It's a Cyclone Pokemon, originally discovered in the Unova region. It's said that when Tornadus flies, it creates a wind so powerful that anything surrounding it gets blown away. Having said that, here is a lovely little graphic analysing where it fits in the meta of flying type Pokemon. Now, realistically, flying type Pokemon have only had one use with Virizion, because that's obviously double weak to flying. We won't get that back for a while until it comes around with a shiny, I would think, and there's no other raid boss that we've ever needed flying types for, unless you want to take on Machamps for a specific reason. I don't know which form we're going to get, I must say. They haven't stated which form, because there's Incarnate and Origin or something. It says it on the graph there, but the problem is it doesn't get very good flying type moves. The optimum moveset, flying type moveset for them, is Air/Hurricane. That's the only flying type moves they learn. They does learn 4 charge moves, I must say, but because of the fact that it doesn't get Sky Attack, it falls amazingly. This legendary, pure flying type legendary Pokemon falls below, in terms of TDO times DPS, it falls below Unpheasant. It falls below an evolved Pidove. Yeah, I won't be raiding this very much. You'll be seeing as much activity as I had for Virizion and Cobalion on this one. Raid hours would be 2 a minimum, so I really would not recommend you use your passes on this. Now we get into the interesting stuff. The Sinnoh Region Celebration event. Now we've had one of these for every single other region so far. I think, have we had a Unova one? I don't think we've actually had a Unova one. Oh, we've had a Kanto one about 85 billion times. Johto's happened once or twice. Hoenn definitely happened once because they brought back Kyogre and Groudon Shinies that way, I think. It's a 5-day event, February the 7th at 8 AM, your local time, I might add. This is quite interesting, 8 AM local time till February 10th, 10 PM. So it's not a 9 PM late night hunt for us at all. Pokemon originally discovered in the Sinnoh region will be appearing more frequently in the wild and in raids, and also in 7km eggs. I do apologise, I did the entire piece to camera and my camera managed to turn itself off. Okay, so we've got these Pokemon from the Sinnoh region will be in 7km eggs for that event. So things like Combi, Budew, Bronzor, Gible, Riolu, Hippopotas and Mantike, and more than likely a whole other collection of Pokemon that they probably don't want you to know about, so things like Chimchar, Turtwig and all that useful stuff. There is an event coming later, a friendship event, which I would highly recommend trying to hatch a couple of Pokemon from various parts of the world if you can, from 7km eggs, like Riolu and Gible. Yeah, because there's double trade candy coming and half trade costs, so if you can get yourself a Gible from America or something, that would be splendid, because then you can get double candy for trading it. There will be specific research tasks and encounters, which will be all Sinnoh Pokemon and Sinnoh Stones. Now, depending on how today goes, obviously, we may have Rhyhorn as the next community day. So, those Sinnoh Stone tasks might come in handy if you're lacking a little bit in terms of trying to evolve them over to Rhyperior to have Rock Wrecker. So, by the time this event comes around, we will know what the outcome of today's voting community day thing will be. So, we may have Shiny Rhyhorn as the community day Pokemon. You'll need a Sinnoh Stone to evolve it. Thinking ahead. The new shinies are Riolu and Hippopotas. Now, Riolu looks awesome. Lovely golden shiny fighting steel Pokemon. I think to get it into Great League, if you hatch a Riolu, you need to be either 71 or 73%. I can't remember. But you needed to be quite low IV for it to fit under, for Lucario to fit under Great League. And the other shiny Hippopotas, I mean, look for a nest. That's all I can really say. It's not a fantastic shiny, it's like a sort of slightly faded army camo version of the original. The Valentine's Day 2020 celebration event. Friday, February the 14th at 8 AM till February the 17th at 10 PM. Local time, a pink Pokemon, we love this, pink Pokemon, will be appearing in the wild, in raids, in eggs, and as research encounters. So the whole plethora of encounterable ways. Audino, the hearing Pokemon, and Aloomora, the caring Pokemon. They will be making their Pokemon Go debut. They're going to be rare apparently, so you've got to be lucky to find them. I don't know if they're going to come off the lure spawns, maybe? Speaking of lures, regular lure modules will last 6 hours. 6 hours. Probably one of my favourite bonuses, and it's been a shame that it's been so long since we've had 6-hour lures. I will be luring up my stops all the time. It's 2 times catch candy, so quick catching all of those pink Pokemon. We'll have to see. Shiny Love Disc will obviously be around as well, so go for the Golden Heart Fish. More shinies. So Shiny Happiny in eggs, 7km eggs I think, and Shiny Chansey will be in the wild, which is playing into my theory of them finally releasing wild evolved shiny Pokemon, because the Lunar event brought out Magmar Shiny in the wild and Red Shiny Gyarados in the wild. Now we'll have Shiny Chansey in the wild, because previously the only other Pokemon that had this was through technicality. Roselia, the shiny for that was released as part of Safari Zone Dortmund in 2018, before Shiny Budgie was even in the game. So that's why you can encounter Shiny Roselia in the wild and Shiny Budgie in eggs. But things like, you know, Elekid and Electabuzz, you can't find Shiny Electabuzz in the wild, stupidly. But Shiny Elekid is a thing. But I'm very happy because can you imagine the frustration going through trying to find a Shiny Happiny? Because Happiny is not a Pokemon you want to hatch. It's useless. It's really annoying, it's a waste of a 7-kilometer egg in my view. But Shiny Chansey is kind of like a sick Chansey, a bit seasick. But it doesn't matter, I will be hunting for that and hoping that comes in off a lure, you know. Anywho, we have the return of a raid day, Saturday, February the 15th, 2 PM to 5 PM local time. We'll be featuring Likitung. Now, obviously Likitung, it's Likitung. You know, it's not exactly the most meta-relevant Pokemon. However, it will learn the exclusive move Body Slam. Body Slam is a pretty good move in PvP. It's quite quick to get off, and it's neutral damage a lot against a lot of things. Potentially, we'll have to see how that turns out. I don't know if you evolve it into Licky, it loses Body Slam. I'm sure they'll give us some more information soon on that. It will be 5 free raid passes as per normal for any of these 3-hour raid days. You will have to spin one gym and then another, so they'll concertina up. You can't stack them, unfortunately. And Shiny Likitung, it's a weird, well, not a weird, it's a gold shiny. We love gold shinies, fantastic, so definitely looking for that. I would rather spend my passes trying to get Shiny Likitung, or 2 Shiny Likitung to evolve one to have Shiny Licky, than do Tornadus raids. Okay, now, this is the trading friendship event I was talking about earlier with the Sinnohstone hatching 7-kilometer eggs thing. Celebrate your love for friends with a special friendship weekend event. So February the 21st, 8 AM to February 24th at 10 PM. Friendship levels will increase faster. How much faster? Probably 2 times faster. Any faster than that, it wouldn't be that nice. 2 times trade candy. This is what I was talking about. If you get a Gibble from over 100 kilometers away and trade it with someone who has a Gibble from here, that's 6 candy. So, and obviously Gibble candy is hard to come by anyway. So if you could do that, that's fantastic. And speaking of that, I might save a couple of Daramaku actually for that. Get some candy for that. Also half trade costs, so down from 100 dust to 50 dust for normal trades, and obviously your special trades will be equally, they'll be halved as well, basically. So if you're looking to get a new shiny legendary or something, then that's probably the time to get it. Finally, we love this. The number of gifts you can open daily will increase to 40, and the number of gifts you can carry in your inventory will increase to 20. So twice as many gifts, effectively, which is always nice because that gives you Stardust, Pokeballs and all kinds of stuff, and 7-kilometer eggs, so more chance to get 7-kilometer eggs. In that event there won't really be anything you want in there. Shiny Riolu will probably still be in there actually. There are 2 new experiments that they're trying out, which is going to be interesting to see. They're happening in the very early days of February, and we don't know if it's going to become a regular thing. They're obviously testing it out. There's Mystery Bonus Hour and Pokemon Spotlight Hour. Now I'm wondering if the Spotlight Hour is going to be something like a miniature community day, or if it's going to be a thing that features a Pokemon that's going to be good for Go Battle League. Pokemon Spotlight Hour will feature a surprise Pokemon. All we'll tell you is it will be appearing more frequently in the wild on Tuesday, February the 4th from 6 PM to 7 PM in your local time. So same hours as raid hour in the evening. I'm wondering if they do something for Go Battle. I know Altaria is the best, apparently the best Pokemon to have in the Great League for Go Battle League. So I'm wondering if they might boost Swablu spawns, or they might boost Shieldon spawns. But obviously I think that shiny would come out for Adventure Week later down the road. So this will probably be a way to stock up on Stardust and candy. We'll see about that. Anyway. The Mystery Bonus Hour will feature a mystery bonus. The Unknown Bonus will be live Thursday, February 6th from 6 PM to 7 PM. So again, the same hours and the same weeks, so that's 3 days consecutively that you've got 6 to 7 PM daily things to do. I would say the raid hour you could probably miss for Tornadus. Yeah, that is all of the announcements. So I'm very curious to see how those new events play out, because what they could do with them is quite interesting. Setting up Go Battle League, you know, the Mystery Bonus Hour could be Stardust or Candy bonuses or something. I very much doubt they would do 1 hour lures. That wouldn't make much sense to me. And I don't think like half, quarter egg hatching distance would make sense either. I think it's got to be something that's very quick pace, something that people could do on their commute home from work or school, something that everyone could do very easily. So for that time period, I'll certainly be on Ealing Green, luring up and seeing what happens, or depending on what it announces, obviously. Taking all of that in now, let's do a little roundup. So, main point for this, February, save your raid passes. Because Tornadus, as we've just discussed, is not going to change the meta in any way. The Shiny's not out. There are 4 Pokemon above it in terms of flying type Pokemon. You know, you've got Moltres, Legacy Sky Attack, you've got Honchkrow, which, you know, Murkrow Shiny is out there, and it's a much better Pokemon, it looks cooler. You know, Rayquaza with Aerial Ace, Aerial Air Slash, or whatever it is, you know, that's up there as well. And Unpheasant, Pidove is one of the most common Pokemon in, you know, bloody windy and partly cloudy weathers. So if you're looking for flying type Pokemon, you've missed out on the raid day from 2 years ago, 2018. You can't get a good Honchkrow or whatever. You've missed out on Rayquaza. A team of Unpheasant is going to sort you out pretty nicely. The fact that that comes above Tornadus in terms of a flying type, I mean, Niantic have really done one with its moveset. They've compromised it in a big way. So save your raid passes. I would put them into, if you can, the Likitung Raid Day, because the Likitung Shiny Raid Day, that's much more of a reward for your pass, as it were. If you're not that bothered by Shiny Likitung and getting, well, I just want 2, realistically, to get the Evolve, I would save your raid passes. I'd pretty much guarantee that the boxes are going to change massively in favour of eggs, because 2 sort of egg-related events. You've obviously got the Sinnoh event, which is going to have 7km egg bonuses with new Pokemon and shiny Pokemon in them, and we're also going to have the Valentine's Day event, going to bring Shiny Happiny. So people are not necessarily going to want to hatch eggs, but Niantic are probably going to force it into your face to hatch eggs. So we'll have to see. I really do think raids are going to take a little bit of a backseat for February. Personally, I will just be looking for Timber raids, because I need a hilarious amount of candy, not as much as some other people, I might add. The research breakthrough is kind of, I think it's a novelty, so after like 2 weeks people are going to get bored of it, which I can fully understand if you remember Shedinja or Snorlax, or even, you know, Hippie Eevee, because, Christ. The Sinnoh event feeds, I think, quite nicely into the trading friendship event that will come. They're about 2 weeks apart, those 2 events, but they coincide quite nicely. So if you can get some Pokemon out of the 7km eggs and then save them for the trading candy event, I think you're doing quite well there. The Valentine's Day event, 6-hour lures, that's always very nice. It say stick on a star piece, and obviously you've got double catch candy, that's going to be very interesting. It's new shinies. New shiny Pokemon are basically the draw for this month. Obviously it's a very busy month, very, very busy. Something happening almost every week, which I would almost say, Niantic, you need to chill. Chill out there, because it's going to be quite tricky to try and do everything, and then people are going to miss out on an opportunity to get something. With all that news, I hope that sort of clarified a few things and pointed you in a good direction to think what you can prioritise for the foreseeable future of these events. Yeah, the next couple of days are going to be pretty jam-packed, because we obviously got today, tomorrow, then February the 3rd, they announce the Community Day Pokemon. The Lunar event ends at 9 PM on the 3rd, then the 4th is the switch over from Heatran's last day to Tornadus, then we've got, you know, the Spotlight Hour that evening, so it's going to be pretty hectic. But I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, look, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you are new with the notification bell on. Throw a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you're actually most excited about. Are you most excited about the Likitung Raid Hour with a shiny? Are you most excited about the chance, the very tiny chance more than likely, of hatching a shiny Riolu? Or are you looking forward to 6-hour, you know, lure modules? Or are you looking forward to a new legendary? I wouldn't be surprised if the raiding scene just dies for the next month. Because if you remember how Cobalion, Terrakion and Virizion went, the raids died quite spectacularly. We'll have to see. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you're excited for. Take care, everybody.